Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former WBO Super Bantamweight World Champion. It is, of course, Mr. Isaac Dogboe. Isaac, welcome back on the show, my bro.
Thank you so much, Jerry. Hope you've been well.
Always a pleasure having you on. I've been well, but when we got on the phone, I become even more well. So it's fantastic to have you back on, Isaac.
Thank God. Thank God.
We thank God. So, Isaac, we last spoke back in February. At that time, you were getting ready to fight Ramirez. Just briefly about that fight. You managed to hit Ramirez with some brilliant shots, by the way, but ultimately, was he perhaps a little bit better than you thought?
You know what, yeah. I'm not one to kind of like make excuses or whatnot, right? You know, first and foremost, I thank God Almighty for the opportunities that He continues to give me, and also, for the gift of life and everything else that comes with it. Listen, he was a better man on the night, just to simply put it. I know I could have done more, but unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. But hey, it's just one of those things, and I've had to go back to drawing board to learn and take things to a different level.
Well then, yeah, on to the next one. It's a fight back home, Isaac, back in the UK. November 18th at the Manchester Arena. You'll be boxing the undefeated Nick Ball. Have you watched much of Nick, Isaac? Have you seen much of him?
Yes. When his name was brought to the table, I had to go and see who he was and, just check him out a bit. And yeah, I think I've seen enough.
And everyone I've seen give an opinion on this fight, they all think it's going to be a war. Are you expecting a war? And if it is to be a war, does that play into your hands or his?
Well, when you speak of war, they say there has to be a war until there's peace. We don't get peace until there's war. So, whichever way it goes, for me, I do believe that by God's special grace, whichever way is gonna go in my favor. Because I've been there, I've seen it all, I've been in, I've hit the canvas, I've gotten back up. I've been through wars and everything else. So it wouldn't be nothing new. The only thing I'm expecting is that I come very prepared on the night, and by God's special grace, I take home the victory.
And it's interesting you say that, because obviously you have been in quite a few wars. I think no one can take away your toughness. We've seen it so many times in the ring. That's the one thing we haven't yet seen from Nick Ball. I've seen him throw a million hooks, and bang people out of there, but I've never actually seen him in the deep end. And I feel like you've been in the deep end many times. We've seen you can swim there. This will be his acid test. Since moving from super bantam to featherweight, you've had to give away height advantages every fight. This is one of the main reasons I wasn't too happy when you moved to featherweight. It looked like you're never going to be the taller man in a fight ever again. However, you're going to be the taller man come November 18th. How big of an advantage is that to you, Isaac? Because you've been having to deal with taller guys every time.
Look, you know what they say. When life throws lemons at you, what do? You make lemonade out of it. And for me, I keep saying this all the time and time again, is that I'm not the one that's fighting. I'm not the one that's fighting. You know what I mean? I believe there's the spirit of the Lord that leads me into the battle, and it leads me into the ring, and the fights are my battles for me. So when I'm thrown against these guys at the featherweight division, and they are bigger guys, taller guys, and everything and stuff, I don't really feel any different. The only thing is that I know that at the end of the night, I'm gonna come out victorious. And the days that I do not come out victorious, I trust that God has a better plan for me. In regards to Nick Ball, who's coming in as a smaller guy, I think it's all about adjustment. Really and truly, it's all about adjustment. Because before I'm having to like stand tall, to kind of like accommodate the style of the fight and everything else and stuff like that. But now, we have to adjust as we're going along. And by God's grace, we'll see how everything works out on the night. Because it's all about things coming together, everything coming together on the night.
And is there any pressure on you in this fight? I mean, obviously you're the underdog, and I think that's interesting, by the way, that you're the underdog. But usually the underdog doesn't really have the pressure on them. But I think there's maybe a lot on the line for you, actually. This is a bit of a must-win fight, in my opinion, for you. Is that fair to say, Isaac?
Every fight is a must-win fight for me, I don't go in a fight thinking that, when I win, no, if I do not win, then this is going to happen, or when I win, that's going to happen. Every fight is a must-win for me, and that's how I've always approached all the fights. I don't go in a fight expecting to be expecting that, this is going to be an easy fight for me, whether it comes close or not. They're going to give it to me because because my name is Isaac Dogboe, or because I'm the nicest guy that you come across. Now, every fight is a must win, and this one, this is no different from all the other fights I've been in.
And you've only boxed as a pro in the UK just one time. It was Northern Ireland back in 2014. Are you excited to be boxing back in the UK here?
Listen, I am ecstatic, honestly. When I got a call and, I had other options to go away, because obviously I was just like, oh wow, this, we've been talking about fighting in the UK for the longest time, almost 10 years now. If my calculations are right, and finally the opportunity has come. Thanks to God, and thanks to the people who are putting the show together. Queensbury and to my other associates, Top Rank. So I'm excited about it. It'll be a time. It'll be great to fight on the UK soil, and also to fight. Before the UK fight ends.
And is it perhaps a sign of things to come? Maybe fighting again here in the UK. The fact that you're willing to work with all promoters. Do you think this could be a sign we might see you back again after this?
Most definitely. By God's special grace, I've really been wanting to fight in the UK for the longest time. Like I said earlier, I've fought around the world. I fought around some really, really nice places. In terms of Ghana, America, New Zealand, Switzerland, and all these places. So, listen, I'm always up for a challenge. I'm always up for a good time. I'm always up for new adventures and new opportunities. And right now, I'm thankful to God that these things are popping up, and it'll be great. I'm very, very grateful, man.
And talking of coming back to the UK, I'm going to throw two names at you that definitely would get you back over here, but they fought each other a few weeks ago. Lee Wood, Josh Warrington. Did you see the fight? And if so, what did you make of it?
I saw the fight.
Wow.
I've asked to fight both guys on numerous occasions, and I was told that their promoters had the different engagement for them, so I should wait, and I did wait my turn. And of course, these two guys are great fighters. I love how they fight. The fight was great. Listen, I would love a scrap with Josh Warrington. I think that would crack. That would make a lot of headlines, honestly. But listen, you can't really I can't oversee what's in front of me and jump into something different right now. I've got to take care of business right now, and then look onto what is to happen in the near future. But these are fights. These are two guys that I would love to fight, because listen, they are also considered some of the best fighters to come out of the UK. and it would be great to mix it up with them. Because listen, essentially, when history is being told, they are gonna say that, well, this person fought that person and it was a great fight. That person fought this person, it was a great fight. It's all about the excitement. It's all about everything. Just putting yourself out there and fighting the best. And that's what boxing has been for me, to fight the best and essentially to reap the rewards that come with it. And so I'm ready for all of them. Honestly, I thought Warrington was leading at that point until he got stopped. But it just goes to show that, man, listen, this is boxing. Anything can change at any time. And I mean, Leo deserves it. He's a champ, and he deserves everything good that comes with that victory. And I wish him well. I hope that they would also welcome me a fight with either of them.
Yeah, hopefully we see it down the line. I want to throw even Michael Conlan's name out there. Obviously, as a fight that's supposed to happen before, I would still like to see that even in 2024. Just before we let you go, Isaac, I always like to do this. I like to come to you for some closing words to the listeners. And you don't sign out your interviews the same way as everyone else does. A thank you, thanks to my sponsors. No. You always give us pearls of wisdom that we remember forever. Please, if you have anything right now on the tip of your tongue, let's hear it. Bless our ears, please, Isaac.
Oh, thank you, Joey. I would love to say thank you to my sponsors. You said, I'm telling this are different now. But I mean, listen, it's always a pleasure speaking with you, Joey. You were also one of the people that were there, from the beginning as well. And it's always been great, to always connect with you guys, and also to have me on your platform. But this one thing I would love to say before I leave is that they say that everyone in their lifetime has to climb a mountain before they reach a level ground, right? And why do I say that? It means that the beginning of everything is challenging. Do you know what I mean? But if you do not climb up that stairs or up that mountain, go through that challenge or that difficulty, how are you supposed to reach the top of the mountain where the level is grounded? Do you know what I mean? Where it is leveled? And this is just an encouragement to everyone out there that at any particular moment in time, they will come to a time where you're gonna have to climb that mountain, in order to get to where you want to get to reach that level ground that you want to get to. And even when you do get there, in order for you to move up onto the next step, you're gonna have to climb another mountain again. Do you know what I mean? So it's just to say that, listen, whatever good that you're doing, keep doing it. Whatever struggles you're going through, keep going through them. Whatever challenge you're gonna go through, keep going through them. Because in a very short while, you're gonna reach that point where you're gonna look back down and see how far you climbed, and you're gonna be proud of yourself, and you're gonna know that, oh my goodness, and I thank God that I've achieved what I set out to do. So always keep your head up, man, and the sky is the limit. God bless.
There we go. I love it. It's a great way of saying, in other words, Isaac, nothing worth having comes easy, and you can only climb when you're in your prime.
Of course.
There we go.
Course.
There we
go.
go.
And just to add this one, listen, always have to be thankful to God, because without God, nothing is impossible. With God, all things are possible. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's the code that I live by.
Absolutely. Listen, Isaac, it's always a pleasure speaking with you, my man. You know that. Thank you for your time. Best of luck November 18th, and we'll speak again sometime after the fight, my man.
All right, mate. Cheers. Thank you. And I hope to see you there, man.